Welcome to Dodger Fan Weekly, Week 21. I'm Adele.
And I'm Adele, and we love the Dodgers. Week 21,
First
and
place.
we are in first place. It's a good place to be.
Uh-huh.
And
The team's
we're
home.
We're home.
It's been a long road.
20 games in a row we're going to be playing.
Right.
So no wonder we're kind of tired. But what everyone's talking about now, because it's week 21, getting close to the playoffs, we keep hearing MVP, MVP. It's on TV, it's on Twitter, it's on local sports
Talk
stations.
on the tweet, talk on the street.
So there's, questions
Yeah.
about who should be the MVP.
Why does Major League Baseball give out the Most Valuable Player Award, the MVP? Why is it so important, and why do they give it out?
Well, it started in 1911, and I'll tell you why. Marketing. It was called the Chalmers Award, and an automobile dealer named Chalmers in Detroit decided he would like to give one of his great new cars to the best player in baseball so that he could show off the car.
And who did that happen to be the first time?
Ty Cobb.
Who was in Detroit? Oh, that worked out really well.
It did work out really well.
But players didn't make a lot of money then, so that would be a cool award because they won a car.
Right, and so that lasted for a few years, I think, right?
And then they didn't have MVP awards from 1915 to 1922.
Right.
Okay.
And the leagues decided they wanted some promotion too, so they decided to create their own MVP awards.
So the American League, they started in 1922, right?
And how did they put it together?
I don't know.
Well, they asked the writers to be the voters, not the fans, not the local stores, but
baseball
they asked the baseball writers
Okay.
in those cities to vote on the most valuable player of the year.
Okay.
Now, the American League, they had really strict rules. You couldn't pick previous winners. You could only pick one player per team. You couldn't vote for player managers.
That was in the American League.
In the American League.
And that caused a controversy once because, a big controversy, because Babe Ruth won the award in 1923, and because you couldn't win it twice, in 1927, when he was clearly the favorite to win, he couldn't even be considered to win.
Oh, well, the National League decided they didn't want those rules. So they had their writers vote for 10 players, no team restrictions, and previous winners were eligible.
Okay.
And that's exactly how we do it today.
I see.
So
in 1931 is when what we know as the MVP awards started.
right.
And the Baseball Writers Association of America, they are
Became an entity.
Right. They are the ones that have the writers that vote on who the MVP is.
Exactly.
And it's 2 writers in each league city that votes.
Right. And when do they do this voting? When does it end?
The voting takes place for the regular season only. Voting stops before playoffs start.
So why do they usually pick someone from the playoff teams?
It seems that way, doesn't it? And I think there's no clear-cut definition as to most valuable player, and so it's kind of left up to opinion, who made the biggest contribution. And often it ends up being a player on a team that's heading toward the pennant and playing really, really well.
Well, I'm glad that they don't wait till the end, because in 1987, there was one player that was voted from the worst team in baseball for the MVP award, Andre Dawson,
Chicago Cubs.
His numbers were just too big. So
That's pretty great.
it is great for him, for baseball.
But still more commonly, it's in teams that are winning.
Exactly.
Since then, 34 first basemen have won,
34. Wow.
16 second basemen,
Okay.
and 15 each third base and shortstop.
And how many pitchers have won?
24 pitchers have won since 1931.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
Cy Young's been around since 1956. The first Cy Young winner, Dodger, Don Newcomb. He won the Cy Young Award, and he also won the MVP.
award.
So pitchers can win both.
Well,
Right?
we're asking this question now because Clayton Kershaw is being mentioned in all of the conversation
Yes, he is.
about winning the MVP award for the National League. And he's also in all the conversations about winning Cy Young. And precedence has been set.
Right.
Right? And it happens. And is he deserving? Should pitchers be eligible?
Well, I don't know.
Only 9 have won since the Cy Young Award, right?
Exactly.
So other players get considered.
And what is the big deal about it anyway? I mean, what is it a big deal? It's a big deal for the players. I mean,
Yes.
they get to put an award or two on their shelves and be remembered. But
We
why?
think it's a big deal when
We do
our
think-
when someone from our team wins the MVP.
Right.
It's exciting for us.
It is exciting for us. But why is it so important to us? Don't we love our team even if they don't win them?
Yes, we do.
Go Kershaw. All right, it's time for Who's Hot.
And who's Hottie?
My hot this week? Yasiel Puig.
He is.
He's on fire.
Well, my hot this week is D. Gordon.
He's always hot.
Mr. Stealing all the bases, D. Gordon.
My hottie this week? Justin Turner.
Oh.
Looks like a biker. I don't know why.
I like that this week. He's got that, kind of rough look. I'm going with the star man. My hottie is Zach
Oh,
Greinke.
yeah.
Can't help it. Those dimples.
Yep, that's
He's
a
a
hottie.
Puig, Adrian, Kershaw, and Ryu, and Adele.
And Adele
Eric from Dodger Lowdown.
is going to be our guest next week.
Don't forget to tweet.
See you next week.